Okay, so this was an apartment complex located in Twin Falls, Idaho. I'm not quite sure what to make of that doorway, but the city records say that it was built in 1926. This building here is a Methodist Church. City records say that it was built in 1916. Definitely an interesting architecture. Your first indications of mud flood. Possible mud flood. Awesome architecture. Of course, you got your typical stained glass rose windows, arch rose windows. It's just amazing, you know, to find these buildings in really small towns, such as Twin Falls. I mean, when I was in Idaho Falls, it's a bigger city, you know, it's more city, it's more suburban. But here in Twin Falls, it's a small town. And just to find these buildings here is quite amazing. And I'm heading towards the back of the building. Right now I'm in the side. I'm on the side of the building. More indications of possible mud flood. This window here was plastered with I think it was wood, and it was like painted on. This is glass window. I notice every time I come to these buildings, though, I notice there's wood on it. But that area there, it was said to have a huge water fountain there, and they took it down. So that's another interesting thing to know. And I found this hole on the side of the building. Stuck my phone in there, and my flashlight was off, but I turned it on, and even with my flashlight on, it's so deep that I couldn't even see the surface of the ground. Got some rebar action going on up there. Yeah, so, you know, there's a lot of indications of a possible mud flood with this building. More arch windows with the stained glass. But I know a lot of people like to argue over the fact that it could possibly not be a mud flooder. More wood on those lower windows. Like I said, every time I go to these buildings, they always have wood, plywood on the basement windows. This building to the left is the church. This one is a library. It's a statue of a boy and a book with a few birds. I think it's an eagle. There's another depiction of a book. But this library is definitely a possible mud flooder too. And of course you got your arch windows on the side, huge one at the front, more on the side. Twin Falls Public Library. And then you always got your typical red brick wrapped around these buildings, right? Makes me wonder if they built over the original construction. Here's the base of the building. And then this is the entrance. It goes up. It's like a slight hill. And another indication of possible mud flood. More arch windows on the side of the building. That's one thing I noticed. It's always post offices, libraries, you know, churches, cathedrals, temples. This is the back of the other side of the building, the other side of the library. See, it sort of goes downhill too on the side, which could also be another indication of mud flood. Interesting architecture here. And I noticed there was a garage right beside it too that was built just like it, so this could probably be or is man-made, this part here. I could be wrong. And we are back. We are in the back of the building. More arch windows. You got some depictions there within the stone. And this is the church that I'm going to be going to next. I believe it's a Catholic church. Yep, this is where they said that fountain was, but it's not there anymore. Awesome building, huge doorway. And now we're at the Catholic church. Beautiful architecture. You got a depiction of a lion there. And a depiction of an ox. St. Luke, and I think the lion said St. John. Or this one says St. John. The other one said St. Mark, I'm sorry. Of course, you have more arch window design with the stained windows. My first indication of a mud flooder, a possible mud flood. Again, more plywood. I wonder why that happens, right? I wonder if like homeless people try to break in, or what is it? You know, why aren't they all glass? Why are some of the windows completely covered in, you know, with wood? Do they not want us to see anything? Also, this was beside the building. It was pretty interesting, so I thought I'd take a footage. This is the side of the building. You can see the two bells at the top and the crucifix, which could have been aerials for energy, but yeah, let me know what you guys think.